Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Misery. You're watching my channel Misery14, and I'm here doing a review of Southern Charm New Orleans Season 2, Episode 2. Before I start, please, if you're new to my channel, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Help me get up there, and I'll continue to push out more content. I'm doing Southern Charm New Orleans. I'm doing Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm doing Pose when it's come back on. Ambitions. Um, you gotta fix my life, and also to have a to hold right now. That's my show lineup that I'm doing, and games people play. So that was that, and I will do Queen Sugar when it come back on. So I have a lot on my plate right now, but I'm pushing it out there because I love doing these, and I just hope that y'all enjoy my videos. All right, let's move on. Let's move with that. All right, so I love it that Tamika and Rainy, her daughter, is going to mommy daughter time, and they're going like a clothes shopping. It was very beautiful. So Amika said she goes to that store a lot to get a lot of stuff. And it's good to have the bonding time between her and Tamika. Because last time when we see Tamika with her daughter, it was not much interaction. And she just screamed at her daughter last time. So I'm not like a reward, bad behavior, and this and that, and a lot of stuff like that. And it was crazy that how she came from that until now when she's good with her daughter. And she said her daughter was older, like 21 right now. She'd be best friends with her because she said she's really cool to hang out with and she's good. And her daughter just like her mini Tamika, just like her basically. And I'm glad that Tamika said she realized that when her husband sat her down and told her that you losing him and the kids, it's an eye opener for her. Like she needs to change before she lose them for good, and she don't want to do that. I mean, I know that Tamika love her Barry and love her kids. It's just that she just needs to prioritize different things. She's still the businesswoman she is. She's still super mom. She's still working. She's still doing a lot of her things, but she have more time for her kids now. And the fact that she bonded with her daughter Rainy, which is a great thing, and to see that together. They was drinking. She drank her champagne. Rainy had her apple juice. Dad gave her a little wine glass, champagne glass, the wine glass to drink her little apple juice in. She drank all her apple juice before they did a toast. It was funny. Like she's like, oh, I need to drink more of it. I was like, hey, go Rainy. But it was nice. And they talk about they just fashion, try the outfit, and talk about the hair thing. Rainy still going with her curly hair, and she asks, "Is your mom? If you gonna do curly hair, do you want?" She said, "Yeah." You telling me about that, and you not doing that yourself. She said, "Yeah, just go curly one day, so like that, and show me." And it was good. It was a good bonding. So I enjoyed that scene. All right. So now we get majority of this episode was basically around Regan and Reese, and her opening her shop that she said she's following her family tradition of opening a store in the French Quarter. So she have a shop called Regan Charleston, and because her family is business people and they well known in the I think jewelry or something business. So she's still continuing that legacy. So she opened a store at the French Quarter around that spot. So she having a grand opening, and she inviting everybody there, including Jeff, who was her ex-husband. But we get a lot of background story of Reese and Regan, which is kind of put me into the light that what Tamika was talking about, which I believe that it was kind of correlation or overlap between Reese and Regan while she was dealing with Jeff, because it was so easy. All right, let me explain to it. All right, so Regan, Reese, and Raina live together. All right. You just broke up with you just divorced your husband after 6 years. Between the 6 months, you started dating this guy, Reese. Oh, you reconnected with him. 6 years, you got divorced, and then in that 6 month, whatever, you living with your boyfriend. Is that quickly you live with him? It's like, and your sister, I understand your sister, but your boyfriend. Like, come on now. It's like I don't engage. It's like that. I won't play house with somebody. It's like I would not move in with somebody unless I'm married or engaged and I'm close to marriage. Then I'll move into somebody. If we boyfriend girlfriends, no, we live separately and we hang out. I can stay in your house sometimes. You stay in my house sometimes, but we is not gonna freaking be living together until we know it's for sure. And that's that. So I don't know what prompted her to live with him so fast like that, unless it was some overlap. And Tamika said that later, and I'll explain why I feel that way. I feel the same way. It's like it's some overlap between that because it was so crazy. So she explained that 12 years ago, Regan and Reese was in college. They were in college. They was dating in college and everything. Reese was not commitment type. He didn't want to commit and everything. So by that time he wanted to commit, she got with Jeff. Jeff got together. They been married for 6 years, and now after they got divorced, within the 6 months, she said she was on low, so she always wanted to know where Reese was, because she said that was a great love. So her great love back then was, she always was crying in her mind about her great love. So during that time, she reached out, and he was around, and oh Lord behold, she fell in love instantly with him, and they live together now. I said, that sounds fishy. You was married for 6 years, and then you got with this Reese within 6 months, and y'all good. It was like no thing. Y'all been apart for like at least 10 something years. So what changed? Like, what different? The only thing is that what made it seem like it was so easy to get with someone? Maybe because you want to get over Jeff so bad and you lashed onto him real quick. But she said that was a great love, so you always had in your mind about Reese. So like that. So when you reach out, it's the connections. Like you never left him, so you always had a thing in your back of your mind, like, what is Reese doing? What is Reese doing? What is Reese doing? And now you had the opportunity. Now you're together, all stuff, and that's that. And so she explained that during the time that Reese was not he was not really committing, because this is the time that Reese and Regan went out to dinner, went out to eat, and he did say he wasn't committed back then. He wasn't wanting to be in a relationship that's much like that, and Regan was like that. So it took him time. It took him a while to realize that he could change, and he had some growing up and stuff like that. That's what he was doing. But during that time, I think Jeff was her boyfriend at the time, and she said Jeff decided he wanted to go to Chicago. Remember, he became a football player. So he's football player. He's doing his career. He moved to Chicago. He up and left. He said, "I'm going without you." And during that, I guess she was upset about that. So she was on her low, just like her pattern. Every time she was low, she finds something else. So she went on low. She met up with Reese. Reese and her talk just like that. One time he got drunk. He threw up. She was holding him up to throwing up. She still wanted to kiss him. I said, "Ew, you want to kiss a guy after he throw up on him? Wash your mouth. You ain't kissing me." And I guess they argued for a little bit. After they argued, the next day she got engaged with Jeff and they married. So I was like, all right, girls, Regan, you got a problem. You have a habit of when you get in arguments and you're just stressful and stuff like that, you just you leave that and go to the next one that makes it so beneficial for you, that make you happy. You don't want to deal with a lot of stress. So that's when she moved to the French Quarter. And now Sumiko said it was rumored that she moved to the French Quarter because she probably was seeing Reese at the time while Jeff was at the house, because she said she was at the French Quarter because she wanted to be closer to school. She would get a law degree. She wanted to stay study, everything. But that's a part of separation, leading towards separation. Once you start living apart from your husband or your wife for a long period of time, and you're not trying to get back together, that's in the road that you try to leave the marriage. And now this season we find out divorce. And now it comes to find out she was Reese so quickly. So Tamika said later on in the episode that it's kind of weird that they got together so quickly, unless there was overlapping between the time. It was never a break between Reese and Regan, which I kind of feel the same way. Because she said 12 years ago they've been on and off in relationship. So on and off means that was continuing back and forth together. Because y'all was in high school, you got off. That means you still on with Jeff. So it could have been on and off unless you were still seeing him. So obviously probably that separation when you was with Jeff, you probably was seeing Reese at the time. So that's why it was so easy when you divorced Jeff, you called him up and y'all instantly connect and y'all living together now. So it's like, no, y'all can't fool us. It's something going on. And Tamika, I think Tamika's onto something. It had to be something. All right. Because she don't believe that they was never off. They were never off. And I don't think it was off. They was kept seeing each other in a low behind Jeff's back. And now when she finally got away from, she could reconnect with her great love, like she claimed to said. Like she said. I said, okay, girl. All right. So Barry, they had a little scene with Barry and Justin. Justin he doing personal injury law, and he did a little cheesy commercials like that. But if you get injured, Justin is the person you can go to talk to in New Orleans to get money. And Barry, he said when last year he was trying to get somebody to invest in some of his business, and that didn't work out. I forgot that lady name. It didn't work out. So he's trying to do his thing where he trying to do apparel line, some clothing apparel of his business, because he does has the fitness center he runs and he have clients, and now he trying to expand. He trying to grow his business, so he trying to have a sporting apparel, which is really great. It's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people works out and they can still get apparel or stuff like that, and your name attached to it, and people know who you are, and you're a good guy, good friend, good husband, good business guy. Yes, they go buy. So especially your clients, something like that. So get the good apparel. Hope that works out for him. And that was that. But they did talk about how Jeff is they feel like that he put up a front that he's okay, and it's kind of weird that we go first meet Reese at the party. We never met him. She be talking about it, so like that. But we have talk. It's like, do you know who he is? It's like that. It was a talk rumor, and they said even though she was Reese, we still team Jeff. We can't knock him out because of that. We team Jeff, and I'm team Jeff too. I was like, after seeing Reese, also it was no comparison. Jeff was a football player. Reese is a horse trainer. So I was like, okay. I mean, it's a job. He's doing something, but it's completely different. He's dorky, so like that. He said he got with Reese, Regan, because Regan is the beautiful girl he ever had. The most beautiful girl he ever had. She had a fat ass. She good looking, and stuff like that. I said, yeah, because you got a good eye candy next to your ass. And then he also said he got a gambling problem. I said, you didn't even tell us that. So that means you got a gambling problem. That's one thing could be a downside to your marriage. You spend up the money that's much you getting, because you gambling too much. You need to stop that quickly. So I don't know why he revealed that to us, but he revealed that he got a gambling problem. So I said, oh, okay. I want to be with somebody who got gambling problem. No, sorry, not like that. No, I'm not having that. So that was that, and then he got like eye candy, because normally he probably would never get the beautiful girls, because he's dorky, corky. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't want nothing wrong with that, but that was his upbringing. It's like that. And Regan's still so in love with this guy. So it was like, okay, cool. But it was a comparison. And I said between Reese and Jeff is way better looking than Reese. Far much better looking than Reese. I would say, wow. To me, that's a downgrade, but it is what it is. She loves Reese. That's what it is. That's the point of it. All right, so they're going to the record party, and they're going to meet Reese there, and they say they team Jeff. So we won't see it like that. We get the little small scene. John was in the tub. Jeff called John. He said, my phone is only good for the ladies calling me. It's not for you. So I was like, all right, cool. They all met at a Regan thing. Regan was getting her hair and makeup done. Jeff came in, and it was awkward. He gave her a bottle. That's freaking awkwardness. Is like, I was like, listen, and I said in my last video, and I said comment in somebody's channel, I said, listen, if y'all get divorced, it's not every divorce ends in like a bad terms. It's like that, in my opinion. If you become good friends better as apart than being divorced and being married, then that's good. It's like that. Some people don't be friends with their exes after that, especially if it was ended in a tumultuous relationship. It was bad. Then you should not be friends with them. But if y'all become good friends after your marriage, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It's like that. It's very rare that happens, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that if y'all mutual adult and y'all can be good friends with each other. Get some time, from apart, grow, learn, and appreciate that. And then y'all can good. But I think at this time, they never really called it a separation. They're still around each other. So it feel awkward. And they say they all good, they all good, and they all great. Oh, there's nothing wrong, everything's fine. Which just seemed like everything fine, because everything was fine. Y'all wouldn't have been that awkwardness that y'all had in that room upstairs. It was very awkward when they're sitting there and staring at each other. They didn't know what to say. If they say something, the conversation was kind of off or weird. So we asked her, cause you want to drink? She said, no, I'm going. No, I'm not drinking. He said, you can have a drink. You can open it. You can have a drink. He said, no, I'm good. I'm going downstairs to the bar, something like that. Well, she's at the bar downstairs. He said, well, I can find something to drink, and something like that. And they talking a little bit. It was kind of off with that, and I was like, oh my gosh. And it was like the friendship it may not last. I don't think the friendship between those two will last so much because he said Reagan is sending mixed signals. Because last week she was all like, "Oh my God, she's a good friend." She was crying. I miss you as a friend. We could be good friends, like that. She was teaming all that stuff. And this year she's kind of standoffish a little bit. And then was like, this, that, what is it? What about? I was like, all right, that friendship not gonna last long. It's not genuine. They can't really say they're good friends when it's still fresh in their mind and they just freshly divorced. And she just moved on like Maya, and like quickly got with this guy Reese. And Jeff is not having none. He got no pussy. He got nothing. He not having sex. He nothing. He just changed his look. So hopefully they'll get him better candidacy to get one woman in his life. But Reese moved on like quickly, and he's still single. So it's like you can still kind of feel that the dynamic and his feelings towards her and Regan. It's like that. And Regan trying to push that feelings off and trying to say like, "Oh, we good, we good." It's not. It's not. I don't see it. So it is awkward between them. So they went downstairs. Reese came upstairs and escorted Regan down there. And Tamika said she gonna be good. That's what Tamika went to going on a rant about. She don't believe that Regan is telling, and she's also upset with Regan because Regan supposed to be her best friend, and Regan had to tell me any of this stuff. Like she keep everything in secret. She not really talking to me about much. So how much are we best friends if you don't talk to me? So I said, oh, I could understand that. And Jeff and Reese met, and when Regan was introduced to everybody, she introduced Reese to Kelsey first, and you know Tamika don't really care for Kelsey before she introduced Reese to her first. I said, I'm your best friend. How the hell you introduced to Kelsey first? She trying to be a Tamika 2.0. And I said, oh, I don't know. And so Jeff and Reese met, and they had a little awkwardness, and they said, oh, Tamika said, I want to have my ex and my boyfriend talking and kicking and shy time, whatever, and all that stuff like that. And around like, oh, this is not gonna happen. It's white and black different people things. I said, I don't know. I feel like if Jeff and Reese are gonna be around each other, they need to get that awkwardness away. They don't have to be good friends. They're gonna be cordial, in my opinion. So I guess that's what they need to be. They need to be cordial. So I guess get the awkwardness at the beginning and say, oh, you good. You with Regan. I'm cool with you, Regan. We all good. All that stuff. As long as we respect you, respect me. We got our boundaries. We respect our boundaries. We all good. And that's like that. Reese think they could be good friends. Jeff said, oh, we're not going to be good friends. So we're not going to be friends. I don't think that because he got a tattoo, he was a fan, all that stuff. And now, how I going to be good at that? You're a fan of me, all that stuff like that. And a basketball player, you look up to me, you would date me if you had this. And he said, oh my gosh, Jeff got the nice blue eyes and Thor. And then Jeff said, no, all that stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. It is what it is. And then Tamika talked to Reese, and Reese was kind of charming. She said, I ain't trying to like him, but I'll try to give him a chance, just like that. And he said this last show, he loved Regan. He good that she reached out to him. It was an opportunity to lash on and get with her. And I guess so. Shit. Well, that's that. But Tamika did point out that Regan has been avoiding alcohol, because remember before Regan she loved to drink. She loved the cocktail, she loved a good wine. But now a couple of times she was avoiding cocktails, avoiding drinks, especially with alcohol in them. So Tamika pointed out that she might be pregnant, and I think she'll too. And that if she is pregnant, that will figure tick that Jeff off. Because remember in the trailer, Jeff freaked out and got crazy ballistic. So maybe when he found out that Regan is pregnant and he wanted a baby with her all along, that will freak him out and that will get him upset and pissed off. And I understand why he'd be pissed off. That's like that. Him and his boyfriend after the divorce for 6 months and you pregnant already. Like, bitch. Like, I would be like that. That would be how I feel. So maybe she is pregnant. And I guess that's the reveal that she will have next week, or she will reveal at some point along the line that she is pregnant, because she can't keep avoiding drinks, and that people gonna start to being suspicious. All right, that was Southern Charm New Orleans. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this episode, and I see y'all on next week. Peace.